My dad came from India. I think he was about 13 years ago when he came. He came with his brothers on the ship. Took them 21 days to come here. And my mom was born here in South Africa, and we all here from South Africa. So when he came through, then he lived with his father and his brothers and that sister here in Fitas.
My family history can be traced back over 200 years in South Africa. I suppose my forefathers came as slaves, from India, but 200 years ago they were brought here by the British as sugarcane workers in Natal.
Eu nasci em Angola, em Luanda. Houve muitas razões que me levou a sair de Angola. Uma das maiores razões é a guerra.
People have been moving around since time immemorial, In Africa, we had people moving around for different reasons. Some for reasons of food, others because they are running away from wars, and others just because they wanted to move, So this has continued over time in Africa. And then we also have now, in these modern times, we have people moving from different parts of Africa into South Africa, looking for jobs. As human beings, we have a right to move to whichever part of the world that we want to move. But unfortunately, there are people in this world who don't want that to happen. They don't want people to move around as freely as they should. The political relationship between Africa and the Great Eight, or Europe and America and the rest of the so-called developed world, has always been an inferior relationship where we are the beggars, they are the givers. And this thing has a history. It was designed to be like that.
Today on the radio, they're talking about a huge shopping center. Many years ago, that was the biggest shopping center. But there would be a door entrance for whites, door entrance for blacks, and the door entrance for colored. Escalator for white, escalator for black, and escalator for the colored. And no toilets for Indian and black, only toilets for the whites. I believe we as South African Indians and blacks have got a lot of healing to do in our minds, because you're conditioned to think you're not good enough, and then you imitate the white. You speak like them, you dress like them, you want to eat like them, because you think that is better.
I was in UK, in London. I looked at one of their coins, and there was a phrase, standing on the shoulders of giants. And when you're a small man and you're standing on the shoulder of a giant, you see farther than the giant. Now, I asked myself, who are the giants? And I thought, all this time we have been the giants. The Africans, the Asians, they have been the giants. And these guys have been standing on our shoulder, and they have been seeing farther than us. And that's why they are so powerful. For them, they now make the giant believe that you're not powerful. You're just a genie in a bottle. If you're a genie in a bottle, I am the one who has the power to call you out of the bottle. I use you to serve my wishes, and then I put you back in the bottle. And that is what it is with Africa and Asia and all these people who have been exploited. They are always kept in the belief that for them they are helpless, they cannot do anything. But for me, I think that we are very, very powerful in Africa. We have a lot of power and a lot of knowledge.
Young as I was, we didn't see anything wrong. Everything was normal. But growing up, and then when our eyes open, we see, oh man, this something white and black. We're only living in townships. There's no one who stays in town. Only people who stays in town, they are waiting for the whites. That was it. We only noticed later, us, but our parents have been long noticing those things. I forget the words. I don't know why. Because Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, maliphakamisu dumo lwayo, izwa imithandazo yethu. Nkosi sikelela thina.